Welcome, you guys. This is Monty. I'm wrapping up my 5-mile walk. Every so often, as often as possible, I do my 5-mile walk around this particular park. And as I mentioned before, it's a nice little walking path. And I'm not on the path right now. I'm finishing up. But I wanted to make this video. You can see the tennis courts. And of course, there's no one in the parking lot, which is good for me because I want to get away from all of the noise and all of the fucking distractions and everything as much as possible. It's always going to be a little bit, but anyway, you try to get away from the noise and the distractions as much as possible. And I'm wrapping it up right now. So, but I wanted to make a video. Now, this has to do with rampant credit card abuse. I hope you like my hat. Shield my head from the sun. But I'm talking about rampant credit card abuse. There are so many customers that are financially strapped and have no clue in terms of what it means to be responsible. As an example, one of my last orders, this customer placed the order around, 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Tried to rent something, didn't understand that despite the shopping cart and the way it's set up and the rental policy, and despite all of that, he didn't understand that he needed a deposit, and that we require a deposit. Now it's going to be held against his credit card. All of this is in writing, but anyway, he waited 2 hours approximately, and I didn't respond to the email immediately. So he decided to go to the credit card issuer and do a chargeback. And then when I called him back and asked him about the billing address, because initially I was concerned about his billing address when I got his order. I was going to process his order, and I was just asking him why the billing address didn't match what was on the credit card issuers in their database. I always check these orders when it doesn't match. But anyway, in the process, when I was in the process of conferencing the call with the credit card issuer and the customer, lo and behold, the customer comes out of the blue and says, "Oh yeah, I need to cancel the chargeback." Okay, this is one of the most fucking ridiculous things I've ever heard. Again, let me repeat what I said. I'm in the process of calling the credit card issuer and conferencing the customer on the phone to find out about the billing address to see why it didn't match. I was going to process the order and send him my product, and then lo and behold, out of nowhere, he tells the credit card issuer what he thought was the credit card issuer is actually another company we had to ultimately call and deal with. But he felt guilty enough to say, again, I need to cancel the chargeback that I did against this merchant. He said, we just clarified that it was a deposit that he was holding against my credit card, and that it was in writing, and it was necessary and required. So basically, I just found out on the phone during a conference call that this guy did a chargeback when I was in the process of shipping out the product. So this is illustrating something that you guys got to be aware of as merchants. These fucking customers are getting so fucking desperate and so premeditated in the things that they're doing. You will find out that they had some strategy in place long before they even placed the order. They were planning on canceling or doing a chargeback. They were planning on disconnecting the phone number. They were planning on not answering the emails. I'm coming across more and more of this all the time. And I'm working with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the Comptroller of the Currency, the District Attorney for California, the Better Business Bureau. I'm currently working with these guys right now to try and figure out why is it that the credit card issuers and the banks and the customers are getting away with murder. Now this idiot really could have told me that he had initiated the chargeback when I first contacted him over the phone. Or the credit card issuer could have said, well, how long did you give the merchant, me, to respond to the email or to the chat session? 2 hours or 3 hours is not enough. Why don't you give them 1 day or 2 days maybe at the most? I mean, come on. I mean, aren't there any checks and balances or any minimum requirements before you can before you consider this unreasonable, before you do a chargeback? Anyway, I want to let you merchants know that be aware, double and triple check, and don't hesitate to turn down business from some of these idiots who go online, no money, no brains, totally deceptive and everything that they're doing, and they want to do a chargeback even before the order ships out. Okay? So anyway, I would have sent out my product and this guy would have been getting his money back while in possession of my product, and then I would have been hard pressed to get my product back. Anyway, I canceled the order. I told the guy, look, forget it. I'm not comfortable with sending out my product to you. You didn't consider calling me. You didn't give me enough time to respond. You did an end run around my bank. You did an end run around me as a merchant. You went directly to your credit card issuer and told them that you deserve your money back after 2 hours of me not giving you a response. I typically respond very quickly, but in this instance, it must have been 3 or 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning or something, and I just didn't get a chance to respond immediately. But I think that's unreasonable to do a chargeback after 2 hours of not getting a response. And anyway, the credit card issuer really should have said, you have to try and communicate with this merchant. You have to give them a little bit more time. That's not reasonable. We don't need to use chargebacks as a methodology for doing transactions. As a last resort, maybe you do a chargeback, but that shouldn't be the first resort. And the credit card issuer, who was actually on the phone with this customer on the second call, the actual credit card issuer, we actually called them up, and they should have said, look, they should have admitted that 2 hours was not enough time. Okay. You know, when customers are checking the check boxes or whatever on the form, electronic or otherwise, there should be something stating that you need to not do a chargeback unless you give these merchants enough time to respond. Give them 1 day, give them 2 days, but be reasonable. Anyway, customers aren't being reasonable. Credit card issuers got their head up their asses. Banks are so fucking fraudulent. It's not even funny. Wells Fargo and Citibank and all these guys, every time you look around, there's a fucking headline where they're ripping off people. So anyway, the system is corrupt and broken. Try to screen out these customers better, you guys. Try to use Bitcoin. Try to use cryptocurrencies. Try to use a payment method that's not going to be reversed if you sneeze on the phone and the customer doesn't like it and they just do a chargeback anyway. So anyway, I just want to get this video out there. I'm wrapping up my 5-mile walk. I'm trying to get in shape, stay in shape, or whatever. Hopefully it's working. So anyway, it's a very nice day today. Missed the solar eclipse. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I have to look at some YouTube videos or something, I guess. But anyway, I'm going to get back to the home/office and relax. But this is my way of relaxing, my way of relieving the stress. And I'm kind of glad that I canceled the order with this customer. How dare these idiots use the credit card issuers as a lawyer, a sort of lawyer. You know, it's like I contacted my lawyer and they took care of it for me. So, you know, if I don't like you, what you're wearing, what you say, or anything like that, I'm just going to call my lawyer and cancel the transaction. Whether or not I have your product, whether or not you shipped it, didn't ship it, whatever, doesn't matter. I just want to get my money back and you figure out how to get your product back. Basically, that's what the customers are saying. Anyway, the shit is getting ridiculous. The economy obviously is in the doldrums and people are getting desperate. So be careful, you merchants out there. Watch your back and try to do transactions and with you know, try to screen out more of these transactions because a lot of them are going to come back to haunt you. We got to revamp the financial system. The credit card issuers and the banks and all these fucking middlemen and intermediaries, we got to get rid of them. This shit is not working. Anyway, you guys have a great day. If you can use anything that we have, give me a call, 888-344-3742, 888-344-3742. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.